Well, I could sit here and tell you about all the rumors with Star Wars. Pedro Pascal might have walked off the set midway through shooting. Wonder Woman 1984 gets pushed back yet again. But I sit and I think, do I honestly really care about any of this? Is there anything that's really coming out of Hollywood that I really, really am excited for? And the answer, unfortunately, is not really. Unbelievably, not really. Sure, Mandalorian Season 2, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And I'll do videos on it. I'll update you guys with the rumors. Did Pedro Pascal go over the head of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to Kathleen Kennedy to get his way? Is that true? Maybe. But that's not what this video is going to be about. I thought, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm thinking, I'm just not really excited about anything coming out of Hollywood. And this is a time, this was like the golden ticket, the golden opportunity for entertainment, for quality films and TV shows to be coming out. And unfortunately, Hollywood's just dropped the ball in just about every way they can. Who would have thought that for 6 months in counting right now, the world would be shut down? People would be stuck at home watching TV, just dying for something fun and entertaining to watch to get us away from all the craziness in the world that we are digesting on a daily basis. Can we just have some entertainment? This would have been the perfect opportunity for such good quality programming, entertaining programming, fantasy programming, things that make us dream of better days, that get our minds off of what's going on outside, that we're hearing about constantly on the news, if you watch the news anymore. Hollywood had such a good opportunity. Had they gone down the right path a year or so ago, a couple years ago, when this whole thing started veering off course, they would have positioned themselves to just be killing it on streaming services. Even this pay-per-view movie stuff, I think we'd be talking about a much different story right now had they done things differently earlier. Unfortunately, they hadn't, and now we've got Mulan, which I'm sure it's making a little bit of money, but it's not really. It's kind of a failure as far as the numbers go, from my understanding. Tenet, which came out, I'm sure it's a good movie. I'll eventually see it, but I don't have that drive to want to go. It's got a 77% here on Rotten Tomatoes from audience scores. Pretty good, 73% on the tomato meter. Now, I know Rotten Tomatoes, who knows, but that's the score. It's pretty decent. 7.8 on IMDb, positive. But Box Office Mojo, it's domestically, it's made just domestically, because internationally it's a little different. Theaters, some countries, theaters are open, so I'm just going to go off the domestic numbers. 29.5 million, decent, okay, pretty bad, honestly. Now, if you count worldwide, just for a second, it's made 207.5 million, which is, a little better, but it cost $205 million to make, so it's pretty disappointing. Now, obviously, this movie would have done better had things not been shut down. So you can't totally gauge it on that, because you obviously have to account for all that stuff. But $29.5 million domestically, not so good. Not so good. And what other movies have really come out? Bill and Ted Face the Music came out. It's done okay. I saw it. I liked it. It wasn't amazing. I am a big Bill and Ted fan, so I'm a little skewed because I was just so excited to see them back in the role. And I thought, for what it was, it was pretty good. It was fun. It was entertaining. I could tell that there was some CGI wasn't great. They could have spent a little money here and there. But again, trying to get this thing out with everything going on, they might have had to cut costs. It was hard to get it done. You got to give them a little pass here and there and things. But that's really it. Not much else has at least in the theaters, has really made an impact. And in fact, if you look over the totals for, if you just go by gross, for 2020, domestic box office for 2020, it's coming from Box Office Mojo. Number one for just gross, Bad Boys, which came out in January. Bad Boys for Life, 204 million. 204 million. It's okay, but if you look here, there is, and a lot of these came out last year. I mean, they're counting in this year's box office, but they came out, they premiered December. There's Star Wars, obviously, 515 total. That's, worldwide, 515 million. There's not a $1 billion movie here, and it made me think: Are we done with $1 billion movie? Will there be another $1 billion movie? Will there be another franchise? Can there be another franchise? Just with the theater alone, when are they going to open up? Has it changed? Has the industry changed? Are people want to go back into theaters? I don't even know anymore. And then when you put into account all the wokeness and the agendas and the politics and the social, all the aspects of movies that are just really ruining them for a large part of the audience, can there actually even be a franchise that succeeds anymore? Star Wars is done. I don't think they can get it back on track. Certainly not to the extent it was once at. Marvel, Phase 4, Phase Bore, people are calling it. It's not looking too strong. The TV shows pushed back, of course. Nothing really super exciting about the TV shows. You have Black Widow's movie. It would have been probably better to come out a couple years ago. We'll see how it does whenever it's released. There's nothing that's really getting people super excited. The Snyder Cut is probably the only thing, and that's based off a movie that was made a few years ago, and it has a lot of history behind it, so it's not exactly something that's new and coming out, but I'd say the Snyder Cut's probably the thing that has people most excited, and that's it. And then you have people leaving their streaming services because of crap like Cuties on Netflix. They've lost, allegedly, over $9 billion. $9 billion with a B dollars off of Cuties because they refused to take it down. I mean, inexplainably. I cannot believe that movie's still on the streaming service. I cannot believe they have not taken it down yet with all the backlash. But they seem to be adamant about losing subscribers. So, they've just ruined it. Hollywood has made so many bad choices that right now, when people are starving for entertainment to get away from everything that's going on in the world, there is really not a lot out there. It's a lot of old stuff, People are catching up on... I've been watching Star Trek, the original series, binging that. It's a lot of old movies, catching up on old... not even catching up, just rewatching old movies that I like, that will get me in that, take me in that fantasy world that movies do, old Bond movies, the old James Bond flicks. I don't know how... I'm a huge Bond fan, and I don't really know how No Time to Die is going to do. I thought the trailer looked all right. I didn't think it looked too woke, honestly, but who knows? I think now everyone's kind of skeptical. We're all, a little... we kind of look for the wokeness in things. Maybe even if it's not there, sometimes we look for it, or we see it because it's like when you scare someone into something. You so often, I've got an analogy, but I don't want to use it. You have something happen to someone so often that they start seeing it when it's not even there. They get scared into it. So I don't even know what to think about the Bond movie. I didn't think it looked too really woke, I thought it looked like Bond, but we'll see, because I know there's a lot of I know all the rumors and all the stories and everything, and the writers that have been brought in, and the agendas they've had in the past, so we're just going to have to wait and see. But what a huge mistake and letdown for Hollywood to be in the position they're in right now, where they're more focused on pushing their agendas. Even the celebrities themselves, still there's like a Instagram freeze right now, because certain celebrities decided that, they're still believing that the Russians hacked the all this crazy stuff, that we heard 4 years ago. It's all coming. It's being recycled again, and now they're on an Instagram free. It's just continue, instead of just entertaining us, helping us get away from the everyday issues of life. They're just driving them in our faces, and they're pushing it with all they can. And it's now we're in this position. We're in this position now where streaming services are, people are losing money. Companies are losing money because they're pushing stupid movies that should never have been put out in the first place. It's unexplainable. I don't know. I don't know why they choose to keep that movie on, but they are, and it's crazy. So, we're going to continue to talk about how bad of a decision it is for them to have A, put it out there, B, continuously promoted it despite the backlash, and just how bad Hollywood is doing right now, how much money they're losing because they decided to push narratives and agendas over stories and character developments, over giving people a nice escape, which is what movies are supposed to do. Sure, you can always put your, political spins and social spins. I mean, that's always been part of movies. I get it, certainly documentaries are meant for that. But fantasy movies, sci-fi movies, superhero movies, we just want to be entertained. We want to have good stories, good characters. We don't care about their backgrounds, their ethnicity, their gender. It doesn't matter. Just write them well. That's all we want. But apparently it's just too much. It's too much. It's not what Hollywood wants to give us. And here we are in this situation where we're all locked down. We're dying for good content, and there's not much there, at least the new stuff. So hey, that's fine. That's why we have the internet. That's why we have physical media to go back and watch the old stuff that we love while we still can. Anyway, that's it. I just kind of wanted to vent. I was thinking of doing a topic. What news stories? What am I excited about today? Nothing. Nothing really, at least for right now. I'll go back to the Mandalorian, topics and all that stuff, because, I am interested in it, but it's just not really that much. Not really that much. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think about this whole situation. Are you excited about anything? Let me know in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up. Share this around. Kind of a venting video, but I think a lot of people are feeling the same thing right now. I really think there's a lot of us out there that have very similar feelings. Just not excited about a lot. So, all right, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Until next time, lock the doors and hope they don't have blasters.